Hey folks, welcome back to the shop. Frank here. We're continuing to work on the tailstock die holder from Hemingway Kits. Last week we turned all four of the main body components and the fit on those looks pretty good. We've got still the tailstock adapter and the support shaft to turn here on the lathe. So we'll do that now, and then we'll take the other parts over to the mill and continue working on the actuator assembly and the slots in the cone components. All right, so let's get started. All right, here are the two components left to work on the lathe. This is the support shaft, and then this is the number 3 Morse taper adapter. And of course, this is shown turned down already. There's a larger boss on the end of this, about 1 inch diameter. So the first thing we're going to do is going to drill this out. This is the 5/8 inch shaft. Actually, it starts out 3/4. We'll turn it down to 5/8. The first thing we'll do is going to drill both of these holes. We want to drill this hole first, and so that we can turn this shaft down to the proper diameter. Now here it's shown threaded. The instructions say that since there's no torque on this, or virtually no torque on this assembly, that a pin and socket arrangement here would work just as well. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this down to 3/8. We'll have to drill a 3/8 hole here, probably ream it to 3/8, drilled undersized, ream it to 3/8 so that we can get a nice fit. And then we'll come turn this Morse taper shank. There's a boss on the end about 1 inch in diameter. We'll turn down to 3/4 and then turn this pin to fit that hole. And then we'll come back with this shaft, drill this other hole, and then it starts out 3/4 of an inch in diameter. We need to bring it to just a hair under 5/8 so that it will be a slip fit inside the other components here. And so here's the support shaft and then the Morse taper adapter. The instructions say to turn this down to 3/4, but there's no need to do that. I'm just under 1 inch. I'm going to leave it, because then if I don't do that, I can't chuck it on there, because this will interfere with it. Matter of fact, it may already. So I had to turn some of the taper off because this was smaller than that. That was a mistake. It won't matter, there's enough here to fit the taper on the tailstock, but should have thought about that. Since I intended to turn it around and chuck it this way. All right, we got it. That's a satisfying sound. Okay, it's not a very smooth finish on there, but all right, it's a little too long, so let's trim it off a little bit. All right, so got a good fit on that. There's no wiggle room. Satisfying little suction pop there. All right, so we're going to prep this for Loctiting. Make sure we don't have any oil. Give it a second to dry. This is high strength red Loctite. Actually, it's not Loctite brand, is it? Mocha high strength red thread locker. Got a good fit there. Zero play. All right, I'm going to go ahead and okay, that looks like it's working. It's a close fit. All right, I think we're there. All right, so it's time to drill the holes for the set screws. So I've just put together a little mandrel here. It's a 5/8 inch bolt and washer and a nut going into the collet. Like that. And that just lets me hold this, and I can also, I have to drill 2 holes 90 degrees apart and 1 in between. That's how at least that's how the plans are set up. So there's 3 set screws 45 degrees apart, and then I'll also mount it with a pair of V-blocks like this. To get the other angle in between the 2. So that's my plan. We'll go ahead and drill here 13/64, which is for the 1/4 20 set screws. We'll come in 3/16 from this end, and we'll just drill some holes and tap them 1/4 20. Not a lot of clearance between this hole and this shaft which runs through the center. I may wind up having to tap that by hand, but at least I've got started vertically. All right, so it's got all 3 set screws in it. The kit came with metric and wanted metric, gave metric set screws, but I don't have as many metric taps and stuff, so it doesn't matter. I tapped these 1/4 20 because I knew I had some set screws. See if I have enough. I think I have enough. Well, I had enough. So there we go. There's my brew brew. My butchie. What you doing, huh? What you guys doing? You being good? You being good? We have foxes, family of foxes. We've had multiple families of foxes over the past 5 years. There's a couple of dens here someplace, and so we see the adults and we see the kits, and sometimes they're outside the yard, and of course the dogs can't get out of the yard, and they're barking at the foxes are brave. They'll be, I don't know, 100 feet away, but the dogs will see them and bark at them. It's pretty funny. All right, I've got the 2 cones machined, the slots machined in them. That looks good. I am going to just knock the sharp edges off of these. What are you guys barking about over there? Huh? All right, so I'm milling this to dimension 2.563 is the target. 2.640. 77 thousandths. Been taking 50 thousandths passes. Take one more 50 thousandths pass. All right, I got the stock down to dimension. Had to square one end and then take stock off the other end. I'm at 2.563 and 5/10. The target was 2.563. The thickness, the width rather, is in the drawing is 1.75 and I'm at 1.747. Now I didn't touch it, that's the way it came, so it's a couple thou under. Not critical, because this is just this handle. So the dimensions are, I mean, not critical, not going to be critical at all. So, but all the dimensions for the openings and everything are dimensioned off of the outside. So the perimeter size, so all the dimensions are dimensioned that way. So we just, get it to the right overall dimension, 1.563 by 1.75, and then we'll go ahead and scribe it, center punch, and drill 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, mill it out, mill this opening, drill a hole in the end here, tap it. Actually, they don't have it drilled. They just have it, okay, there's no thread in there. It's just a 1/4 inch hole for the rod to go in. All right, so I think what they're saying is drill a 1/4 inch hole and lock tight the handle in there, which, is fine. That'll be stronger than threading it, I suppose. Okay, now they do have on the other end here a metric M6 thread for the knob. I have to see if I have, what I have to do that. I'll see. I have a few taps and dies metric, but not very many. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay out this and start milling this.
Gee, this would be a good opportunity to use a tailstock die holder. If only I had one. Actually, I think we're done. All right, so we'll let that sit up. Actually, so it's Loctite on the threads inside here, and this, you want to adjust it so this just moves freely, which it does. So let that set up. All right, I've turned this is a piece of 3/8 inch stock. I've turned it down to 1/4 of an inch. I got a 1/4-20 die in the die holder. So let's see if we can make this work. All right, I'm at 50 RPM. All right, that seemed to work. Well, that certainly did work. It worked fine. Let's tap it a little bit further. Get some more oil on there. Back to forward. Yeah, I mean, you can just sit there with that. All right, I'll go in reverse. I think that worked great. I wouldn't want to turn a thread much larger than the 1/4 inch. It takes a considerable effort to hold the handle, but the cones work great as a clutch. It certainly stops the spinning, and it does allow it to spin when you're in the neutral position. So I think it's working great. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for this video. The die holder turned out great. It worked. You saw me turn in a 1/4 20 thread, a couple inches long. It takes a little bit of effort to hold that handle. I don't think it would be appropriate for turning threads much larger than that. Maybe you could do 5/16, but anything larger than that, I don't think there's enough leverage on that handle, for that to work. So it's clearly intended for smaller thread sizes, but it worked great on that. I would use it for that again. I could have used it yesterday when I turned the threads for the knob on the handle, but that's okay. This kit had everything that you needed. The instructions were good. The drawings were excellent. I got no complaints. I would, recommend you, if you're interested, Hemingway Kits. You can Google it. There's no affiliation. I paid money for it, my own money for it. And the shipping was as much as the kit, pretty much, from the UK, given its weight. I did split this project into 2 episodes. This is, of course, the end of the 2nd episode. I struggled with how much machining to show versus how much explanation to give. I never know the right balance. I don't know that I can make everybody happy. But I would be interested in your thoughts. Leave me a comment. Let me know if too much machining footage, not enough explanation, too much explanation. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I struggle trying to strike a reasonable balance, and I recognize that everybody's going to have a different opinion, but that's the way it is. All right, that concludes this project. Stick around. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you enjoy this kind of stuff. And the projects here in my shop span the gamut from simple woodworking stuff to high accuracy machining, which I'm attempting to do here, to, you know, welding and fabricating and, you know, building machines out of Cub Cadets. So if you're interested in some Cub Cadet conversions, you know, look on my channel. There's several there. As my butchie come in. All right, so that'll be it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. What you doing, butchie? Come here. Come here. Come here. What you doing, huh? There's my Brutus. There's my Brutus. There's some good boys. There's some good boys. Yeah. Okay.